Welcome, I'm Seema from Edufinite and I'm glad you could join me. In this video, I'll discuss in detail about subject-verb agreement. I will discuss how to choose the correct verb for the respective subject. As the subject is vast, so I have divided it into two parts. The link of the other video will be provided in the description box for your convenience. But before we begin, I'd like to remind you that if you have any queries, do feel free to ask questions in the comment section below. And if you like the content, do give a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Do consider subscribing to my channel. Now coming back to the topic, in this video under the subject-verb agreement, I will be teaching what is subject-verb agreement. I'll guide you to choose the subjects to go with the following verbs. Am is are, was were, have has, and do does. There is a revision quiz at the end with answers to test your understanding. There is a lot to understand under this category. Let's delve into it. Now, what is subject-verb agreement? Subject and verb are the two main pillars of a sentence. In a sentence, the verbs must agree with the subjects on two main issues. Number one, person of the subject, that is first person, second person, and third person. Now, verbs in the simple present tense for third person singular subjects like he, she, it, Mary, car, etc. have S endings only. Others, first person plural, second person singular plural, and third person plural do not have any S endings. Number two is number of the subject. Now, what is that? Singular and plural. Verbs change according to the number of the subject, which is either the noun or the pronoun. That is, if a subject is singular, the verb must be singular. And if the subject is plural, the verb must be plural. Now, for example, the dress looks gorgeous. Here the subject is in third person singular, dress. And accompanying it is the verb looks. The base verb is look and we have added S to it, so it has become looks. But in the next sentence, the dresses look gorgeous. The subject is third person plural. Here, the verb look remains look, does not take any S with it. Let's look into some more examples in the simple present tense to understand it better. The baby cries a lot. Now here the subject baby is in third person singular and verb cries, there is the addition of es. But when we say the babies cry a lot, here mark it, subject is in the third person plural, babies, but the verb is without any s. In the next sentence, the moon shines at night. Here the subject is third person singular, moon, and since it's singular, the verb will have an s at its end. So it becomes shines, the moon shines. But in the next sentence, the stars shine at night. Here the subject stars is third person plural, hence the verb is only shine without any s. Next, the girl dances well. Here the girl is the subject, which is third person singular. So obviously the verb has an S ending. That means it becomes dances. But in the next sentence, the girls dance well. So the subject is third person plural, girls. Hence the verb is only dance without any S. Similarly, in the last sentence, he plays the piano well. Here he is the subject with his third person singular. Hence, the verb play has an S to its end and it becomes plays. Whereas The next sentence, they play the piano well. They, the subject, is third person plural. Hence, there's no S added to the verb play. So it's only play. They play the piano well. Now, let's look how auxiliary verb am, is and are take their subjects. Now, first person singular subject is I and verb accompanying it is am. First person plural we, second person singular and plural you, and third person plural they. They all are associated with the verb are. Only third person singular he, she, it goes with the verb is. So let's look into some of the examples. I am a law-abiding citizen. Here, first person singular I, so we know with it goes the verb am. Next, according to the table that I have provided. Next, with we know the verb goes are. So, we are law-abiding citizens. So, this is first person plural. Next, second person singular. You are a very helpful person. Here, you represents singular. But in the next sentence, you people are very helpful. Here it is second person plural. Here you people represents many of them. So it's plural. Next, he is an excellent tennis player. This is third person singular, and third person singular, the verb associated is. So hence it is he is an excellent tennis player. But in the next sentence, which is third person plural, they, verb associated is are. So they are excellent tennis players. Next, Maria is a kind-hearted person. Now Maria, the subject is third person singular. So naturally, the verb associated with it is. So we've seen that only with third person singular it is, and with first person singular it is am. And the rest of them, first person plural, second person singular plural and third person plural, all of them are associated with the verb are. Next, the auxiliary verb was, were. Now, here in first person I, first person singular I is associated with the verb was. First person plural we is with the verb were. Next, second person singular and plural all go with the verb were. And third person singular he, she, it goes with the verb was. And they, third person plural, goes with the verb were. So first person and singular and third person singular goes with the verb was, whereas first person plural, second person singular plural and third person plural goes with the verb were. So let's look at some of the sentences. I was speaking to my mother over the phone. So here I is first person singular, hence was. We were playing cricket in the afternoon. Here first person plural, hence were. You were speaking quite loudly. Second person singular, so it's were. He was not sleeping then. Third person singular, hence it is was. Only first person singular and third person singular go with the verb was. They were practicing for their concert. So third person plural goes with the verb were. Rita was walking very fast. Now Rita is third person singular. The subject Rita is third person singular. Hence it will go with the verb was. Next, the boys were singing loudly. Here boys is third person plural. Hence it will go with the verb were. Now the auxiliary verb have and has. Well, in the first person I goes with have. Rather, first person singular I, first person plural we, second person singular and plural you, and third person plural they go with the verb have. And third person singular he, she, it goes with the verb has. So let's look at some of the examples. I have a beautiful painting. So this is first person singular. We have been working on the project for quite some time. First person, plural. You have a strong personality. Second person, singular. He has been doing his job sincerely. This is third person singular. This is the only different one which goes with the verb has. Next, they have been doing their job sincerely. So they, it's in third person plural. The book has many colorful pictures in it. The subject book is third person singular. Hence it goes with the verb has. Next, these books have many colorful pictures in them. So here books is third person plural. Hence it will go with the verb have. Now let's look into the auxiliary verb do and does. Well, here also, other than third person singular, all of the other subjects go with the verb do. For example, first person singular, I, first person plural, we, second person singular and plural, you, and third person plural, they, all of them go with the verb do. Whereas only third person singular, that is he, she, it, goes with the verb does. So let's look at some of the examples. Do I speak English? This is first person singular because I is first person singular. Next, we do not want to swim now. So here again it's do, first person plural, we. Do you want to drink coffee? Second person singular, you. So again do. He does not want to drink coffee. Now he is third person singular. So now we see that's been changed to does. So he goes with does. They do want to drink coffee. They is third person plural. So it goes with do. The dog does not want to go for a walk. Here, dog is the subject which is third person singular. Hence, it is associated with the verb does. The next sentence, the dogs do not want to go out for a walk. Now here, dogs is the subject which is third person plural. Hence, the verb associated with it is do. Next, in conclusion, let us test our understanding of the subject-verb agreement in the sentences given below. Only out of the 4 sets in each question, only 2 of them are correct and you have to choose them. Now the first one, the train run very fast, or the trains run very fast, or the trains runs very fast, or the train runs very fast. The next one, I is going to my office, or I am going to my office, or you is going to your office, or you are going to your office. The set of 4, you'll have to choose only 2 in each question which are correct. Next, they is playing basketball. They are playing basketball. Next, the kitten are playing with the ball. The kitten is playing with the ball. The sun shines brightly today. The sun shine brightly today. The stars are twinkling in the sky. The stars is twinkling in the sky. Now the next question. He have gone to the market. He has gone to the market. They has finished their work. They have finished their work. The last question. They do not want to go out. They does not want to go out. They was chatting with one another. They were chatting with one another. Now let's look into the answers. If required, pause the video and write down your answers and then check them up. The answers. Now for question 1, the trains run very fast. Here the subject trains is plural, third person plural. Hence the verb associated with it is without any s. So it's run. The next one. The train runs very fast. This is correct. So why? Because here the subject train is third person singular. So its verb run will end with an s. So it's runs. The train runs very fast. Number 2. The correct first one is I am going to my office. We have already done that with I. The verb associated is am. And because it is first person singular, we have already done with first person singular, it's am. And third person singular, he, she, it is. And with the rest, that is first person plural we, second person singular plural you, and third person plural they, it is are. Next, question 3. They are playing basketball. So, third person plural, hence are. The kitten is playing with the ball. Here, kitten is the subject, which is third person singular, hence is. Next, the question 4. The correct answer is the sun shines brightly today. Again, sun is the subject, which is singular, hence the verb with it will have an S ending. So, shines. The sun shines brightly today. Next, the stars are twinkling in the sky. Here the subject is stars, which is plural. Hence, the verb associated with it, this is third person plural, will be are. So, the stars are twinkling in the sky. Next, he has gone to the market. We have already done this, that with third person singular only, has is the verb that is used. He, she, it, we use has. And with the rest, we use have. So, third person plural they, the verb third person plural they is associated with have. So, they have finished their work. Next, the correct answer for question 6 is they do not want to go out. Here, we know that with all of them, that is first person singular plural, second person singular plural, and third person plural, the verb associated is do, whereas only with third person singular, he, she, it, the verb associated is does. Next, they were chatting with one another. So, here this is third person plural. So, the verb associated with it is were. We know with first person singular it is I was, and third person singular he, she, it is was. Rest, we were, that is first person plural, you were second person singular plural, and third person they, that is plural, third person plural, it's were. Thank you for being there with me. Hope you found this session useful. Do like and share with your friends. Bye. Take care. Stay safe. See you in the next one.